Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to Joseph P. Holmes up against Jun Young Park next weekend. Looking forward to that one. Jun Young Park is a vicious opponent, hard hitter. Do you like this challenge?
Yeah, we fight October 29th. So we still have like 4 weeks out, but uh yeah, I'm excited for this one. It's a nice step up for me. He's number 36 right now, and yeah, tough guy. I'm ready to take him out.
Coming off the back of a beautiful victory, how good did that feel to get your first finish in the UFC, first big victory in the UFC? It's a nice one.
I mean, it felt great to get it. It was more of a relief, like just to be able to do that, because that's how I finish everyone. If you watch any of my fights, that's what I do. So to just have the opportunity to do that on the big stage was amazing, and I'm just very grateful I could be there present in that moment.
Do you feel like you got your feet under the table now? Do you feel more comfortable in the UFC having got that under your belt?
As far as like getting cut,
Or just like this is your home now, you've proven that you're at this level. Do you feel like that, or you tell me?
I feel like I proved that against Jamie Pickett. Jamie Pickett was a really tough, experienced guy. Jamie Pickett could beat Junior Park easily. So I went all 3 rounds with him. He couldn't finish me, and I had a lot of positive moments as well against Jamie Pickett on a 2 week notice. So I feel like I proved that my first fight for sure. But this was kind of just like I said, it was a relief, just to basically show the UFC what I'm capable of. And um, yeah, I mean that's how I always do it. That's how I've always finished people. So it's not a huge difference to me.
You came from a football background. Did you love football and do you love martial arts? Do you feel how do you feel like the joy out of each sport or differently or similarly?
I guess football football is who made me who I am right now. Before I played football, I was a very shy guy. Didn't get out much. Just what's the word, like a hermit crab. Like I was a real hermit. Like I just stayed inside and didn't want to make friends. I was too shy to make friends. And then when I started playing football, I kind of became more outgoing, and it really made me who I am today. And then so the same thing with um, martial arts. It's really, like I said, I met a guy the other day who I knew back in like 2019, and maybe sooner, like 2015. And he said, dude, you're totally different than you were before. And I didn't, you don't notice when you're not the same. You just, get more experience as a person. But yeah, he said that to me. And then I kind of just thought about it, like, I guess I have changed a lot since I was a young guy, just interested in martial arts. So yeah, I feel like they both have impacted my life in a positive way. And for that, I'm really grateful.
What's your favorite aspect of the sport? You had a fantastic amateur career and you've done well at jiu-jitsu, right? But you've also fought in Muay Thai. What do you like about your game? What do you see the strongest parts of your game as being?
Yeah, I've had one Muay Thai fight. I did not enjoy it. I probably would not do it again. I don't like being restricted. I like to have basically just basically win at any cost. I don't really like the whole game aspect of the sport. Um, but what was your question again?
What do you see your biggest strength as in MMA?
Yeah, okay, yeah. I think it's just that, like my ability to make a win happen. Like the entire fight, I'm not trying to win some game, like a lot of these guys are doing. I'm trying to hurt the person in front of me and then put them away. Like that's my mindset about the sport I do. So I feel like that's my strength, because I do everything. I strike, I grapple, I do everything. So as far as like what art I'm going to use against each person, that depends on where I can hurt them at. You know what I mean? Where it's more efficient for me. If I got to grab this guy, or he drops his hands, so it's easier for me to just jab him and stay standing. Like that's what I do. Yeah.
Where does that apply then for the Iron Turtle? He doesn't seem to really finish people, but he's durable. Where do you see yourself having the most efficient way to win this fight against him?
I think it's just make him fight, because he doesn't really fight a whole lot. He's one of those guys that are out here playing the game, and that's okay. You know what I mean? Those type of guys make it far too, but not against me. My only losses are by decision, and they're against guys like this guy. So It's up to me right now to prove that I've learned my lesson, and just get after it right away and don't give them a chance to lull me into some, you know, boring, grappling chess match. Like, this is a fight. So just make it a fight, man, and really bring it to them. I think that'll create openings.
What did it mean to you to get into the UFC in terms of your goals and in terms of being at the highest level of sports? You went through the phases of that people go through, whether it's contender series or proving yourself in Fury. What was going through your mind when you were at that level of your career, knowing you were kind of right there, but you had a bit more to prove to get there?
I got here pretty fast, man. In my opinion, my debut was with Bellator, which is also one of the biggest stages in the world, and I've always known what I was capable of and where I'm supposed to go, honestly, and I've always known it was just a matter of time. I just took to this really well, like really quickly. I haven't been training that long, and like now I can say that, not egotistically, but just like I realize, that I have potential to go very far in this sport. So it's just really up to me to just make sure I'm present for all the opportunities that I get.
Yeah, not many people get to make that pro debut in Bellator. You've achieved a hell of a lot since 2019. Do you feel like you've got that championship level in you to be a world champion in the UFC?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And for this one, I bulked up. I got a lot stronger. I focused on just being a stronger, just more efficient human being. And that, because like the guys who I had faced, not Amadovsky so much, but Jamie Pickett was I remember seeing him. He was so in shape. He was he was so muscular, you know what I mean? And I looked, I was like, wow, man, that's how I should be too. I'm just this long, lanky guy. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna bulk up, and then I'm gonna be one of these really strong, muscular guys too. So I got to do that for this camp, and I feel like that was one thing I was missing, to have, just a little bit more of an edge on a lot of these guys moving forward. And yeah, I think definitely with the mindset that I've grown to have, I can absolutely be the champion, and I plan to.
Do you like the sport? Like you're a fan or a student of the sport? Do you like to watch it? And is there
Oh, I'm a,
anyone? Yeah.
yeah, I'm a super fan. Yeah,
Who's
like I
the
watch it.
guy? Who's the main man in this sport in your eyes in terms of their ability and the way that they carry themselves?
The main man. Mm, I really like Kamaru. Um, I like Francis a lot. He's to himself, but he's about his money. He's just real. Nobody can really touch him. I like that. But the absolute main man, probably Joe Rogan.
Fair play. Yeah, man. He's an OG. Do you think that I mean we've seen one of the greatest middleweights ever in recent years, Izzy, but a lot of people saying that his time is coming to an end very soon. Do you think Alex takes the belt from him?
I think Izzy. I think Izzy has what it takes to win. If he can get through his, most likely his anxiety he's going to have for this fight. He's lost to the guy that he's fighting twice, so I'm sure there's a lot of anxiety following that. But I think Izzy's moves well enough to play his game, because Izzy's also one of those guys who are playing a game. They're not really like fighting necessarily. They're you know playing the game of fighting. So he could definitely move around and keep himself safe for 5 minutes. I see that for sure. But I think Pereira's going to make him fight. And when you make a guy who wants to play fight, openings to open up.
Do you look at the top 10 and say, do you see a lot of guys who you think you could have their number? Do you look at the Sean Stricklands, the Paulo Costas, Derek Brunson, and think, I could take them?
I think I could beat everybody, in all honesty, except for Cheaty and RoboCop right now.
That's the way you got to be, right? The
Yeah.
self-belief. And is there one guy who you feel when it's all said and done, you absolutely have to fight? Just you love that matchup as a competitor in the middleweight division?
Not really. Maybe one of the Diaz's, but they're dipping. Um, Not really. No, man. I don't with anybody in my division. I like Robert Whitaker, but I think I would smash him. He's small. Um, and then, like I said, the two guys who I don't think I could beat right now are those two. And I mean, I definitely want to be good enough to beat like RoboCop. I want to be good enough. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? But that's just a person I don't think I could beat right now. He's just so good.
And if it's cool with you, I'm just gonna finish up with like a quick fire about some of your UFC colleagues. If you so just yeah, quick fire. Who do you think's the hardest hitter?
Francis,
Who's the funniest?
funniest. Maybe Nate Diaz.
Who's the most annoying?
Oh, Patty Pimblett.
Who's the hottest?
Pina's really hot, but we'll go Pina. She's very hot.
Who would make the best movie star?
That's a good one. Probably Connor.
It's gonna be Roadhouse.
Well, Cowboy is doing pretty good actually. I seen one movie he was in, and then he has another one coming out. Maybe Cowboy actually.
Who would you like to have dinner with?
Anybody in the UFC?
Anybody, past or present?
Dana White. That would be awesome.
Who's the best dresser?
Me.
Who would you want to be your tag team partner in a fight, WWE style?
Primarily grappling, or we punching and everything?
In a UFC tag team match.
Cheaty.
Who?
Cheaty. And Jukwani.
Oh, okay, cool. And who would be your dream fight?
Dream fight, maybe GSP, maybe, or John Jones. That'd be badass. He'd probably fuck me up though.
Do you think he does completes the comeback story and seals his legacy? Do you think he gets the heavyweight belt?
I think it's possible if he starts fighting. I mean, the opportunity can't arise if he never steps in there. I think if he just gets his ass in there, I think he has a chance. It'd be interesting to see, that's for sure.
Well, I can't wait to see your fight. It's going to be a banger. Going to be watching your career with interest as ever. I really appreciate the time, Joe. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.